Alright, so can you see my presentation? Can you see my presentation, class?
Yes,
Yes
ma'am.
or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see my presentation?
Yes po.
Yes po,
Yes
ma'am.
po, ma'am.
Yes po.
Class, can you see my presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes po,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Wala, hindi na sila sumasagot. Nakikita ko. Ba't wala ako naririnig sa inyo? Okay, anyway. Alright, so who can still remember our last topic po regarding on lesson planning? Who can still remember our last topic regarding on our lesson planning? Wala? Wala nakaka-remember? Nanood siya. Ba't di
Bilyasa
wala
po.
ako marinig?
Bilyasa, ma'am.
Class?
Hello
Ba't
po.
nawala? Magandang connection? Kasi sa akin, kanina okay pa man, kaso wala na, nagsasalita daw yung iba, wala na akong marinig. Class, wala akong naririnig, promise. Class!
Hello, ma'am.
Hindi, wala akong naririnig. Ano nangyayari?
Baka po nakamute yung inyong
Class! Ni Mersh. Siyempre, hindi nila ako naririnig. Pero naririnig nyo ako. SE3B? Loud and clear. Okay,
Yes,
loud.
ma'am. Narinig
Ayun!
po.
Perfect. Naririnig ko na kayo. Nabuang ako. Nabuang ako sa sa hindi nyo ko naririnig kanina, ay sa hindi ko kayo narinig kanina. Okay. Who can still remember po our last topic regarding on lesson planning?
Bilyasa, ma'am.
Go ahead.
What I've remembered in lesson planning on how to write an objectives, first, we should have the cognitive domain, and then for the second one, the affective domain, and for the last objective is the psychomotor domain, which is it's stated that 85% of the student must be able to learn those objectives po.
Okay. And where is the 15% po? Bakit 85 lang po? Belyesa. Sabi mo
Yes,
kasi 85%.
Um, for me po, ma'am, kasi hindi naman po siguro lahat ng students are able to cope up with the lesson. So, at least 85% of the student must be able to understand the lesson.
Okay, and saan mo nakuha yung 85% po? Did you compute it statistically na 85% lang talaga?
Not, ma'am. Yun lang po yung expectation ko. Or parang yun po yung expectation na gusto kong ma-achieve, but then I'm expecting din po for 100% for that. So, yeah.
How about sa mga boss mo? What if magsabi yung boss mo, ang expectation ko is you will 100% ng mga estudyante ang makaka-cope up sa inyong ano. How about that? Paano mo ma-address yung sasabihin ng ng iyong
Yes, ma'am.
boss?
So with that, ma'am, I should not put na lang po the 85%.
So sabi ko nga sa inyo, no, paulit-ulit na even if you have that certain target, the 85, the 90, 95, there will be always a head teachers that questioned you, where is the remaining percentage? Okay? So, may mga makukulit din talaga. Even though sabihin natin na, ma'am, hindi man naman talaga perfect yan. Eh, paano kung sinagot kayo ng head teacher ninyo? And bakit hindi mo gawa ng paraan yung 15% na yon? 'Di ba? Na makuha talaga nila yung certain learning na diniscuss mo. Wala talaga kahit kalahati man lang na na-cope up nila. So, the best way to keep it safe, to play it safe, do not put a percentage or sabi ko oras din na at the end of the discussion, at the end of the 45 minutes discussion, the 85% of the student must be able to blah blah blah. Dapat walang ganon. Kasi pag may percentage at may certain time ka at hindi mo na-meet yun, patay tayo dyan. Okay? So, kagaya kay Miss Belyesa ngayon, what if ako ang head teacher ninyo o natsambahan na naging head teacher ninyo ako, nilagay ninyo yon, tinanong ko kayo, di ba? Ang ending na sabi, suko na si Ma'am Belyesa na, ma'am, huwag na lang natin lagyan, ma'am. So, much better, huwag niya na lang talagang lagyan. Okay po ba tayo doon?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you po.
Okay.
What if po, ma'am, absent po yung, may mga absent po na students?
So, you have to put it po, statistically pa rin po, to prove that the 85% and the remaining percentage is absent yung mga bata. May papakita pa rin po kayo na naka-statistics kasi yan dapat, na the 15% remaining is the absent. And where is your, paano mo mapapurbahan na 15% lang yung absent? What if lampas pala siya sa 15%? Paano mo maano yun? So, kailangan may papakita kang consensus sa yung head teacher. Okay, now, let's proceed. And, as you said a while ago, that meron kayong, we have 3 domains under the objectives, alright? So, kindly cite at least 1 domain, please. Who can cite 1 domain? Subjective.
Cognitive domain.
Go ahead. Bilyas, tapos ka na.
Ma'am.
Okay, go ahead. Apalon. Gary.
Ma'am, aplaon po.
Sorry. Aplaon. Sorry. Aplaon.
Okay. Psychomotor domain, so
Psychomotor
the
domain.
psychomotor domain focusing on the physical, yes po.
Okay.
Focusing on the ability of the student. Yun po.
Okay. Can you give me at least 1 objective under psychomotor domain? Or can you create 1 psychomotor domain?
For the objectives of psychomotor domain of the student, let's say the student will be able to perform this kind of activity that including the psychomotor domain. Let's say po ma'am, in physical education po, that they have a activity including dancing and yun po.
Okay. And how about the others for the remaining 2 domains, please? Go ahead, Tan.
Affective domain po, ma'am.
Affective domain. And what is affective domain?
So, affective domain, emotion, student, and like, so, an example of affective domain, the students will be able to appreciate
Baka na dun ang plato.
learning. So, the student will be able to appreciate more to yung gawin mo
Alright. Okay. So, who can give one example na objectives kay affective domain? Wala. Walang magbibigay ng objective under affective domain. Wala po. Aroy. Pwede nyo naman... Bilyesa, tapos ka na. Lampas-lampas yung ano mo. Labuyes, go ahead, bundak.
So, yung example po ng affective domain ko po, nakaraan yung yung differentiate the two types of affective.
Okay, thank you. Miss Bilyesa, bukas na, susunod ka na naman ng meeting ulit ha, kasi may mga ano ka na may mga scores ka na dito. Let's give tawag dito, bigyan natin ng opportunity yung iba na maka-score. Okay? So, we already give the psychomotor, we already give the affective, and how about the last domain? Hainal, go ahead, Hasanal.
Cognitive domain, ma'am.
Okay, cognitive domain, and can you explain what is cognitive domain? Yes?
It talks about our mental processes, ma'am. Ability or mental processes.
Okay, thank you so much. And who can give an example under a cognitive domain?
Marian po.
Go ahead, Jorga.
Identify.
Objective under cognitive domain po is understand the noun po.
Okay, very good. So we have the understanding the now. So there you go. You already explain. You already enumerate the three domains, and you give an example of the following domains. So there you have it. So of course, in lesson planning, tapos na tayo nag-tackle ng what is lesson planning, ano yung mga three key components of lesson plan, and then we tackle about how that the lesson plan should be SMART. It should be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. And of course, we already tackled the objectives. We already tackled what is the meaning of the objectives under the lesson plan. And of course, we already tackled the three domains. Now, before we proceed to anything else, to the parts of lesson plan, first, we will know what is a perfect 9A's lesson plan. So, bakit tayo magtatakal ng 9A's lesson plan? Because dito po nakafocus ang ating type of lesson plan. So we have these types of lesson plan. We have the 9A's, 5A's, 4E's, and the explicit lesson plan. Pero, ang ina-accommodate po ng DepEd is the 9A's lesson planning. So, ito po ang medyo itakal natin. We have the explicit, pero hindi po siya masyadong ini-encourage na gamitin kasi number one, parang meron something kay explicit na hindi pa po masyadong na-explore, and number two, ang 9A's po is mas more on nakafocus talaga siya kay K-12 na lesson plan, the performance and the activities of every student. Parang siya ang talagang learner-centered na lesson plan, ng type ng lesson plan. Okay? So, what is a 9A's lesson plan? So, literal po, meron tayong 9 na letter A. Okay, as you can see on the screen, as you can observe, lahat po ng ang number 9 na po lahat na ito ay nag-start sa letter A. Na-observe niyo po yon or hindi? Did you observe it? Lahat naka-letter A. Yes. Yan o, kagaya niyan. Okay, wait lang class ha. Kain ka na. Dito ka. Yan ang ulam. Ulam mo yan. Dito ka. Mamaya na mag-cellphone. Okay. So we have the first one is administration or housekeeping. So ano po, what do we mean by this administration and housekeeping? Ano ang meaning nito, ma'am? Ano sa tingin ninyo, class?
Pwede nyo siyang isabihin sa akin na December 21. So, 1 week yung editing. So, dapat December 10 nakapag-submit na lahat. So, ganito.
How about Norial? What do you mean by administration and housekeeping?
Yung submission na December 10, kaya yun na lang ang January, December 10, okay sa inyo. Sige po. December 10, SE3B, pag hindi pa kayo
Norial.
submit ng video, kailangan January.
Can you hear me, Norial?
Or sa GCC.
Hala.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, akala ko hindi na naman ako naririnig. Okay. So, what do we mean by administration or housekeeping?
Ma'am, parang for me po, when we say administration, parang there is management. Yes. Hindi ko maano.
Lahat kayo ay perfect kung nakasabit kayo. Kung hindi, wala kayong quiz. So, kahit na pumapasok kayo sa
Ano po sa idea mo yung administration and housekeeping?
kung kayo makapag-submit na December 10 sa kanila,
Ma'am, right po.
yung sarili ninyo, no limit ang wala.
Wala na si Norial?
Yung si Crisostomo, kayo
How about the others po?
kayo na lahat. Si
Yana, go ahead.
Pero, hanggang December 10,
For administration,
okay po ba?
sa management, yun nga ba sa meeting
Kasi kailangan
na
nila siya matapos.
may mga information na kailangan i-communicate sa mga students na aware ba kami, mga students, about that information. And sa housekeeping, yung idea ko po dito kung yung siguro kung kamusta ba yung classroom ng mga estudyante, is it conducive po, mga ganun po. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, what management is this? Particular management is this? Who can give me what particular management is this? Regarding on the administration and housekeeping. Saan po mismo? Sa ating bansa, sa ating bahay, or? Sorry, Miss Yana, sorry.
In school po.
Particularly sa school. Okay. Pagpasok tayo sa ating classroom, it should be the classroom management. Okay? So, pag nasa loob kasi tayo ng ating classroom, of course, it is very important to keep the rules and regulations before starting the discussion or starting the class. Bakit po kailangan? Of course, ito yung magiging standard natin or guide natin all throughout the discussion. For an instance, before you proceed to your discussion, you tell your students that before we proceed, kindly sit down properly. Of course, that is the number one na housekeeping. They have to sit down properly. Arrange your chairs properly, and I don't want any trash or dirt that is on the floor. So, doon pa lang, nakikip mo na sa kanila or binibigay mo na sa kanila na ayaw mo nang madumi. Ayaw mo nang magulo. Dapat naka-arrange lahat ng mga ng mga chairs. So, that is part of the administration and housekeeping. Okay? Dito din po, ipapasok natin yung mga ating mga announcements. Kung ano yung mga announcement na mga importante regarding sa mga students or sa parte ng classroom. Kunyari, announcement to every student, sorry, napasaya na naman, to every student that you should wearing your uniform properly. You should wear a complete uniform. Black shoes is a must. Pero kung walang black shoes, any shoes, basta naka-shoes, hindi naka-slippers. So, of course, kailangan nyo yung i-announce. And that is part of the administration and housekeeping. So, I would like to announce then yung mga cleaners yesterday, yung mga absent po, you will be cleaning today. So, part pa rin po yun ng house rules or part pa rin siya ng administration and housekeeping. Okay po ba tayo doon? Naiintindihan? Okay, as I said over and over again, if you can still remember your demo teaching to Ma'am Jana, yung mga nakapanel sa akin, di ba? Always state your rules and regulation before the discussion or before you start your review or presenting your new lesson. You have to give them the rules. Bakit po? Ito po yung magiging guide nila all throughout your class. Na number 1, you should not be noisy. Number 2, if you want to say something, of course you have to raise your hands. Or if you want to be outside or you want to go to the CR or may canteen, maybe you will raise your hand and say, excuse me ma'am, may I go out? So kailangan nyo yung state na ganun kasi yun yung magiging guide ng mga estudyante. Okay, and yun pa rin po yung magiging basis nila sa performance nila. Okay po ba tayo doon?
Yes po.
Okay.
Yes po.
Alright, perfect. Now, we will go to the second one, activating. So, who can state? Go ahead.
Ma'am, try po. Laon.
Andre muna. Then I'll go to Aplaon. Go ahead, Andre.
Activating po ma'am, para siyang nagpiprepare na po siya ma'am para sa learning. Parang, ang tawag doon, one of the strongest indications of how well students comprehend the information is their prior knowledge of the student. So, parang dito po ma'am, yung activities dito is parang yung anong tawag diagnostic na parang kailangan muna natin alamin yung background knowledge or yung prior knowledge ng student para ma-relate po sa yung learning. Parang na-relate po na or napipresent pa rin po yung
Okay, very good. So, in activating, so tama po ang sinabi ni Andre, no? But I'll check Aplaon's statement po or answer kung ano yung opinion niya regarding on activating. Go ahead, Aplaon.
Okay, ma'am. Mas-conclusion po pa ako kita. Ma'am, na po, ma'am.
Yes po, sir. Loud and clear. Sir Aplaon. Go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. I po, in activating, so in lesson plan, parang binibigyan mo po ng yung unlocking the new word po, yung ganun sa lesson plan.
Okay, saan po siya part ng lesson
Ano
plan?
lang ako kay Saitan, pero dagdag additional.
Sige po. Saan
Yes,
part po
ma'am.
siya sa lesson plan?
December 10,
Ano po? Yung parang discussion po. Ganun.
Sa discussion proper?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. So both Mr. or Sir Andre and Sir Aplaon, so I will address you as ma'am and sir na kasi you're already third year. So Sir Andre Tan and Gary Aplaon said it precisely. But sa part ng lesson plan po, siya po yung motivation or siya yung part pa ng okay, siya po ang part ng sa motivation or part na rin po siya ng review. So, hindi po siya sa discussion proper. Kaya tayo tinatawag ito na activating. It is na-activate muna or na-exercise muna yung mga utak nila just to be ready in your discussion. Okay? So, of course, dito, okay lang, no problem po. No problem po, Sir Aplaon. nag-try ka naman po. So, that is the important part. So, you don't have to apologize. So, it means it is to activate the knowledge of the learners and of course to check their understanding and readiness of your discussion. Now, part pa rin po kay activating is to remind them that they have to pass the previous assignments at the same time their previous activities po. Part po kay activating. Kasi po, bakit hindi siya kasama kay ma'am, kay administration and housekeeping? Kaya nga tinatawag na activating, dito niya natin i-announce yung mga remaining activities, yung mga remaining mga kailangan nilang isubmit, just to inform them na, ay, kaya pala tayo may activity nito kasi ang topic natin today is noun. Ang topic natin today is pronoun. Kaya pala tayo nag-advance na activity. So by doon, na-activate or na-arouse yung kanilang or yung pagiging na-arouse yung curiosity nila na ano kaya yung lesson natin for today. So by giving them or by informing them, did you already submit your class, your activity yesterday? So, doon nila maalala na, not yet, ma'am. Can I pass today, ma'am? Ay, naalala ko pala na ang discussion namin today is about pronoun, is about this certain lesson or certain topic. So, kaya siya part kay activating. Naiintindihan po ako. Am I clear?
Yes po.
May tanong
Yes,
po
ma'am.
before ko
Very
tayo
clear
mag-proceed. May tanong? Wala. Alright.
Wala.
Okay. If none, so let's proceed to the third one, acquiring. So who can give an idea regarding on acquiring, please?
Noriel, ma'am.
Go ahead, Noriel.
Ma'am, in acquiring po, dito na papasok yung learning ng students mo or from the word itself nga po na acquire, the information given by the teacher is parang na-obtain na siya ni students. Parang dito na po yung discussion proper. The teachers instruct the students of the the strategies that will help them in their own understanding po. Parang ganun.
Okay, so, concise and precise. Your answer is concise and precise. But, always remember, sa acquiring pa rin po, part pa rin po si objective doon. So, what are the learning targets for this discussion? Of course, si objectives pa rin before we proceed kay discussion. And then, ka-acquiring, dito rin po papasok si discussion and yung mga activities na ipapagawa ninyo. Okay po ba tayo doon? Ito po papasok si examples, si pictures, si definition, describing the keywords or the concept of your lesson, and of course, video clips if you have one, pictures, and this is the engaging every student to think and to have the conversation between peers. What do we mean by peers? Student to student and teacher to student or student to teachers. So, dito papasok kay acquiring. Okay po ba tayo doon? Class, okay po ba tayo doon? Can you hear me loud and clear? Can you still hear me loud and clear? Wala na kasing nagsagot na okay po ba tayo doon? Okay, I think silence means yes. Alright, so, okay na po ba tayo? So, let's proceed kay applying. Okay, applying. So, who can give an idea or opinion regarding on applying? Class? E3B? E3B. Yana, yes, go ahead, Miss Yana. Ay, Miss Yana, na kanina nagsagot ka na, so naka 2 points ka na. How about the others? Sorry. Sorry po, parang si ano lang din, si Balyesa marami ng points, si Andre marami ng points, si Norial marami ng points, si Aplaon marami ng points, si Hasanal marami ng points. How about, okay, sige po. How about, salita naman din yung iba dito. Class, how about, ten. Hindi ko kayo narinig ulit. Nag-chat-chat na lang. Okay, how about supresensya? Supresensya. Or no, time na. Nabutan tayo ng time. Hala, hindi ko na naman kayo marinig. Iskot talaga tong ano na to, connection. Okay, class, since ang connection is interrupting again in our discussion, kangigil, nakakainis, ang sarap magwala, so ganito, it's already 11:59. We will continue our discussion po, hindi po sa makeup class natin. We will continue our discussion next week, that is Tuesday. Tama po ako, Tuesday? Tuesday and Wednesday tayo, di ba? Yes? Okay, if yes, so hindi ko talaga kayo marinig. So, Wednesday and Thursday. Mayroon pa tayong bukas. Okay, so let's continue our discussion tomorrow, the same time. Please be on time, and of course, we will finish this topic and then we will move on to our makeup class next week. Kindly click yes. Okay, thank you so much for reminding me. Kindly click yes po sa ating makeup class para maituro ko na po yung 2 topics natin for this finals, okay? So it's already 12. I know you are all hungry and I too as well. Grabe ko kagutom na. And if you do not have any questions, or if you have questions, you will present it tomorrow or you may ask it tomorrow. So, wala na tayong halos time today. So, gutom na kayo. I will dismiss you kahit gusto ko pang magsalita or kahit gusto ko pang magturo. Okay? Sana bukas makisama ang ating connection or internet connection. Please be ready for tomorrow. I hope you stay well and stay safe, everyone. Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye. Kita mo yan? Wala talaga. Pangit talaga connection.